He's making a list and checking it twice. He's gonna find out who's naughty and nice.
See, that's why you're on the naughty list.
I will swear, trust me.
Well, that's why you're on the naughty list because you're being naughty right now.
I do love that clip. I have no idea where that came from. Merry Christmas, everybody. Welcome to the Naughty List, where everything from tacky tunes to questionable holiday treats can find itself in a little bit of Christmas trouble. Look, Santa's not the only one making lists around here. I have an extensive one. We're putting all kinds of holiday no-nos on notice. So every Monday until December, we're going to highlight 2 holiday offenders to place on the Christmas Everyday version of the Naughty List. And in December, we'll release our weekly Nice List, where we will obviously highlight 2 holiday items or characters or songs or, whatever that fill us with joy. So if you want to share your naughty or nice list ideas with us, please send those to christmaseverydayshow@gmail.com. We'll share those on the show. If I don't steal your ideas for myself, because look, full disclosure, I sometimes grace the naughty list with my presence. So, you may see me on it sometime. Anyway, on the naughty list, we don't have a bunch of housekeeping that we do. There's no countdown. There's no characters. There's no with this week in Christmas history. We get right into it. We're gonna just start pouncing on stuff. So the first holiday offender that we have is one of us that most of us are guilty of utilizing, myself included. But little did we know that when Amazon came along, it was going to signal the beginning of the end of in-store shopping of just about every kind. Now, I'm a notorious last-minute Christmas shopper and birthday shopper and anniversary look, you see where I'm going. But last minute, and even not so last minute Christmas shopping used to be some of the best times that a man could have if he had to be out shopping. So listen, I used to love the traffic getting into the mall because it was more time that I could spend in the car listening to Christmas music. I used to love looking for a parking spot, and you just had that satisfaction that you felt when you found a great parking spot. Do you remember that? Do you remember that just good feeling that you got when you found that parking spot? Is it just me? No, it's not. The hustle and the bustle of all the shoppers and their bags and the packages and everybody just going every which way. The smells of all the cookie stores and the coffee shops and the candle stores. God, it was all just so good. I miss just stopping in the middle of it all and getting some lunch, sitting down to eat, recharging your batteries a little bit. Because you weren't done. You still had to get right back at it. You still had to get a couple of gifts for a few more people. So, it was an adventure to go out Christmas shopping. And along came Amazon, among others. Amazon, you're getting the brunt of this, but there are others. And, online shopping is just now all the rage. It's all anybody does anymore. The convenience got to be so important to us that we just kind of forgot how fun the madness was. And now nobody going forward will know how nice it was to actually get out and look and put some thought into it and, get the things that they think that their loved ones would want to receive for Christmas. Nobody going forward is going to know about that. It's just sad. And it's so easy to just get on your phone or your computer, just start browsing and buying from your couch. And to me, it just seems like it means a little bit more if you go out and get it yourself. Pick it out, you buy it, you walk out with it. It just seems like it means a little bit more. Oh, Amazon. This is the big one. The catalogs that we don't get anymore. Oh my gosh. We got Christmas catalogs from every department store under the sun, and they were so good. Did anybody even look at department store catalogs when it wasn't Christmas time? Did you look twice at them? I didn't. I don't think anybody else did. I'm really ready to throw Amazon on this list just because I don't get those catalogs anymore. And it was just, those stores are just going away. It's not all Amazon. I want to make that clear again. It's not all Amazon, but Amazon, you're the big one. As I said earlier, I utilize Amazon all the time, like a lot of people do. And look, I surely love it the entire rest of the year, but I do wish it would go away at least, from the 1st of, November till, after the new year. I would totally be good with that. And listen, one could argue that it should be the internet that gets this spot on the list. But no, Amazon, you're getting it because it's my list. And that's just, just the mood that I'm in. Not because you're bad. I'm not saying Amazon's bad, but I miss them all. I want them all back. I think a lot of people want them all back. Anyway, that's enough about Amazon. Amazon, the internet is going to get an honorable mention here, though. Our next offender on the Christmas Everyday Naughty List is the first movie that we've put on the list, and it's actually one that I like, even though I do have multiple issues with it. Now, I'm going to assume that most everyone listening to this episode has seen it, and I do watch it every year, but I can't deny that it has its flaws. I'm not going to point them all out to you. I don't have that kind of time because it is that kind of movie. Christmas with the Cranks. Christmas with the Cranks came out in 2004, and I'm pretty sure that this was just an attempt to keep Tim Allen relevant as a Christmas character and a Christmas actor, and to, I don't know, capitalize on his popularity from the Santa Claus. Now, I liked him in those movies, but he's the same character in everything that he does. This isn't the first time you're hearing this, and that does include when he played Santa. So when he was Scott Calvin, he was also Tim the Toolman Taylor. And when he's Luther Crank, he's also Scott Calvin and Tim the Toolman Taylor. And that's fine. That's fine. He's just kind of limited to who he can be. I do want to say right now, I don't hate the premise of this movie. I really don't. I actually kind of like it. Saving the money, taking a trip instead of going overboard with a bunch of presents. Although, let's talk about this trip. I would choose somewhere a little bit cooler and not tropical at all. I live in Tennessee, and it's bad enough when it's 60 degrees at Christmas. I can't imagine being on a cruise and it being 85 degrees. I can't imagine being on the beach, not at Christmas time. A cabin in the mountains sounds pretty good, right? But, whatever. All the rest of the story, I'm good with it. A main issue, though, I have with it is the boycott of everything that's related to Christmas. So, no tree, no decorations, no snowman on the roof, no Christmas cards. Nothing. Look, they could have still done all that stuff and still saved a ton of money, and they could have still taken the trip. There was no need to boycott a lot of the traditions and the symbols that help to make the holiday season what it is. They could have done lights. They could have done the wreath on... Wait, I think they did have a wreath on the door. I don't know. I'm nitpicking. But I think the biggest issue that I have with this movie might just be all of their neighbors. I really couldn't stand the dude that wanted to get her Christmas card order, and he ran her down, and he chased her into the restaurant, and he told all her friends, "Oh, she's not good doing Christmas cards this year." Yeah, what a dude. You can't do that. I think Vic Frohmeyer is definitely the worst, though. And look, you can just look at him. You look at him, and you just know that this guy is the head of their HOA. And I can't stand HOAs because of people like this guy. He just showed up at the door demanding Frosty. And they were hiding from him. They were hiding behind the curtains. "Oh, just give us Frosty." Really? You're going to be like that? He chased Mrs. Crank down on foot while she was trying to leave the neighborhood in her car. I mean, it's just a world-class, intimidator. He and I would have had some different interactions than Luther had. Oh, at one scene, he just stands in the Crank's front yard and has a full-blown conversation with Luther about how they're skipping Christmas and how Luther would just love for everybody to respect their wishes. And Vic Frohmeyer takes that opportunity to let him know that it's a great time to put their snowman up on the roof. Really? He just disregards everything that Luther said in about 5 seconds. So, I mean, is he the original Christmas Karen? I don't know. You know, if he's not, though, he's definitely one of the worst. And, okay, he did somewhat redeem himself by organizing the last-minute party when Blair decides to come home, but that's really as much credit as I'm willing to give him. And speaking of that party, you know, the party wraps up the movie. It's the pinnacle of the movie. But I've got one more gripe with this movie. And no, I've got 2 more gripes about this movie. First off, how is Blair's favorite Christmas food a canned ham? No. How did that happen? Full disclosure, I'm not a huge fan of ham in the first place. There is no way that she is all about that ham. I don't believe it. I don't believe it for 1 minute. I don't believe it. I can smell that ham right now, and it's making me not want to eat anything else for the rest of the day. That ham was not happening with Blair. Sorry. And second, how do 2 middle-aged people not tell their only child that they're going on a cruise? Okay? So when Blair calls to let them know she's coming home, she has absolutely no idea that her mom and dad are leaving the country and going on a cruise the next day for more than a week. She has no idea. So she's like, "Oh, I'm bringing my new fiance home for Christmas. You're having your party, right?" Gosh, no clue. You didn't tell your daughter that you're going on a cruise. You couldn't even tell her. Come on. I understand that her not knowing had to facilitate the party. I get it. It's part of the plot. It doesn't make a bit of sense, and it makes me cringe every time I even think about it. Christmas with the Cranks, come on. Okay, you're still a holiday favorite of mine. I've got a lot more gripes at this. I'm getting a little bit long-winded about it. Still a holiday favorite of mine for reasons unknown, but look, you have a lot of problems. It's not me, it's you, okay? And I know deep down that if you get coal in your stocking this year, it will not be for the first time. You've got a collection going, okay? Anyway, look, that does it for this week. Please check in with us next Monday for our next episode of The Naughty List. And make sure you catch our regular Christmas Everyday episode this Friday. Please send us your naughty or nice recommendations to christmaseverydayshow@gmail.com. You can believe that we're going to talk about it, because that's all I've done for like 15 minutes now. Anyway, until next week, please try to stay off the naughty list. And Merry Christmas.